this for motivation in the future whenever you need this. Let me turn on this light so you guys can see my face. Okay, so just came back. Actually, let me get my full student book. Let me got you. I got you. I got you. Let me get my full student book. Let me get my book out. Let me get my hat back. Okay, cool. Let me put my hat on because I want to be golden right now. Let me see. Let me see. Get my hat back on. All right. Let me see. Let me see. You guys like my hat? Boom. I got my hat back on. Let me talk to you guys. I want you to watch this for motivation whenever you need it in the future. No, the reason why I'm telling you about this motivation is because I wrote this book. It's a bestseller. I wrote this book in 2021. Okay? I wrote this book in 2021. 2021. In 2026, it took me 2 years to write this book. Full student. Can see it's a nice book. I'll show you guys what it looks like. Right? Right. You can see first page. All of those are 5-star reviews. Right? That right there is the minister of Jamaica. Right? That is a fellow college student. That is principal of a high school in Jamaica. That is a professor at a college in New Jersey. And right here, the dean, assistant dean of business school, right there at a top college in New Jersey. Now, the reason I'm showing you all of this, the reason I'm showing you all of this is that this was a bestseller, right? 200 pages, start to finish. Great book. I was just invited today for the first time ever to speak at the high school. Took me 5 years to do this. I was just invited today to speak at the high school where I actually developed these skills. It's called Full Student. The high school I went to was Campion College. Took me 5 years to do this. Now, remember, this has sold thousands of copies all over the world. But I just got to speak on stage with Campion College. Now, why am I telling you this? Because so many people want to do something and they're thinking that it only takes 6 months or maybe 18 months to do this. But it took me 5 years. So then when I actually went back to Campion College this time, I was able to say, hey, I traveled the world. This is a bestseller. It's already been proven. And then I was invited to speak on stage the very next day to the entire student population. That's something that other people would have to ask for, or they'd have to write about, or they'd have to apply. But I was invited. First of all, I got to speak to the principal that day. And then the next day, I was invited to speak to the entire student population. Why am I telling you that? Because sometimes things take time. Sometimes things take time. It may not happen in 6 weeks. But if you are just a little bit patient and a little bit delusional, you might find yourself doing something incredible in just more time, right? Because all it may be is that you need to go and build your authority. All it might mean is that you need to go out and develop more life skills, right? You need to perhaps see things from a different lifestyle, right? So then once you all have this together, I promise you, it will work out. You're just not giving yourself enough time. You're giving yourself 18 months when it really should be 18 years. Took me 2 years to write this book, 5 years to speak to the students at the school where I learned these skills. Took me 5 years. And I just walked off the stage to come talk to you guys. 5 years. It's not an overnight thing. And I won't stop, and I say this on the record, I won't stop until this book and this book is in every single household in Jamaica. Look at me now. This book and this book. My mission is to get these two books into every single household in Jamaica so that this becomes a household manual. This is how you learn. This is how you make money. This is how you learn. This is how you make money. Imagine if those two things are accomplished in the entire population of Jamaica. Imagine if we have straight A students coming out of high school, straight A students coming out of college in Jamaica, and then now we teach them about the principles of business, not just what is marketing and what is the history of marketing, but practical things that they can do right now to make money and build business systems and real estate and invest. This is 400 pages. This is 200 pages. You can see the size difference, right? Imagine if we have these two books in the entire population of Jamaica. I will not stop until these two books are in every single household in Jamaica. Look at them. Look at the size difference. This is how to learn. This is how to make money. How to learn, how to make money. All right. With that said, I just want to share with you some motivation, right? Which is that things take time. Things really do take time. I don't want you to rush the process just because it's not happening fast enough. You understand what I'm saying? Don't rush the process just because it's not happening fast enough. You have to be a little bit delusional and follow your dreams until the end. It's not going to happen in 3 weeks, but 3 years, more likely. 3 decades, yeah, you could probably change the world in 3 decades. You know what I'm saying? Don't go for 3 weeks, go for 3 decades. Don't go for 4 weeks, don't go for 4 months, go for 4 decades, or at least give yourself 1 decade to see a change. And if you're thinking like this, if you're giving yourself a decade to do something meaningful, think about this. If you're giving yourself a decade to do something meaningful, let me get my stick so I can. What's up? What's up? What's up? If you're thinking about it takes a decade to do something meaningful, then if you live until you're 80, how many chances does that leave for you to do amazing things in your life? A decade. Remember, you don't start really until you're maybe 16, 17, 18, 20. Which means that if you're living until you're 80, you don't really start until you're 20. So that's only really six things, six big things, because it takes a decade. You can only do six big things in your life. So how many big things can you do? 6 or 7 big things. And then if you're only doing these 6 or 7 big things, you have to choose these 6 or 7 big things really, really carefully. You understand what I'm saying? You have to choose these 4, 5, or 6 big things really carefully, which means that you can't go ahead and be a photographer and be a YouTuber and play in the NBA and all of these things at the same time. You can only do one at a time because it takes so much to do one thing really, really well. So then if you want to become the best Fortnite player in the world, do it. But then that's all that you do. You picking up what I'm dropping? If you want to become the best YouTuber in the world, do it. Just like Mr. Beast did. But then that's all you can do. And it's going to take you 2 decades probably to do that. If you want to be the best real estate investor, best real estate developer in your city or in your town, do it. But that's all that you can do. Many people are just they're trying to juggle, right? Too many balls. Doesn't work that way. You can only really do one thing at a time, and it takes a decade to do that one thing. But if there's nothing else that you are doing and your competition is distracted, which most people are, guess who's going to win? You're going to win. It's that simple. If your competition is distracted and you're not distracted, you're going to win. It's really that simple. So then, if you don't see it, it takes a decade to do something that's incredible. And then I'll tell you this. I'll tell you this. Not only did it take 5 years, but I'll give you one more point to bring this home. Actually, you're not bringing it home yet. You got more to go. But I'll give you one more point. Think about this. Most people, when they start a product or they start a book or they write a book and they launch it, they spend maybe 6 weeks, a month promoting it. And then a month after its launch or 2 months after its launch, they stop talking about it. They stop talking about it. Here I am, 5 months later, talking about the same book and still selling copies. 5 years. I spent 2 months promoting this book when it came out before the launch. And 5 years after, I am still promoting my book. Here are live on YouTube, full student. Go buy it. It's on Amazon. 5 years. And will I talk about the same book for the next 10 years and the next one full money? Also promoting? Yes, I will. If that's not motivation for you, I don't know what will. Because people are you're only promoting and you only believe in your product for 1 year, which means that you know that it's not that good. I know my book is good because 5 years later, guess what? Guess what people are saying? Oh my God, it's so good. I love the way that you write. I love the way that it's a conversation. I love the way that it feels like you're sitting down with me and you're telling jokes with me. I love the stories. I love the principles. It's still a good product, which means that you make a good product, you can market it for the rest of your life. So then I ask you, do you actually believe in what you made? Would you be willing to bet your life on the product that you made? Do you believe in it that much? Because then it should be no problem for you to say, all right, for the next 10 years, I'm going to make this product and I'm going to talk about it every day on YouTube, on Instagram, on TikTok. Every day, somebody's going to hear about this product because it's that good. I appreciate the likes. Every single day, you're going to talk about your product. You get the difference because I don't want you to believe something that you only believe in for 2 months or 6 months after you launch it. No, you need to be able to stake your life behind your product. That should be motivation enough for you to create the best thing that you can do. And then if you're thinking about it logically, you cannot create so many great products. Look at Steve Jobs. Steve Jobs, in his entire life, one of the best inventors in the world, created less than 10 products. The iPhone was one, and the MacBook was another, and the iPod was another. Think about it. He didn't create that many amazing products, but every product that he created, guess what? He staked his life on it, and it still sells a decade later or more. Are you making products that good? Can you have you made something that you can open it right now, and you made it 10 years ago, and you can open it right now, and people would be willing to buy it? Let's have an honest talk. Have you done that? If not, I want to motivate you to raise your standards. Raise your standards. Because for the rest of my life, I can talk about this book. Full student on Amazon, go buy it. For the rest of my life, I can talk about that book. Takes 5 years, takes 10 years, takes 20 years. And 20 years from now, if someone goes and they say they want 1,000 copies of this to distribute, guess what? It's still the same product. 1,000. I made this book once and they want 1,000 copies. That's belief in your product. I hope I'm inspiring you. I hope I'm inspiring you this fine Thursday morning because I'm going to go to the gym after this. I just came back off stage. So then after this, I'm going to get to the gym and I'm going to carry on with the rest of my day. Telling you this right now. I'm trying to motivate you so you can see the bigger picture. I hope you understand. All right. If you haven't subscribed already, please hit subscribe. That I was able to motivate you. If you're watching the replay after this, I'm going to leave this video up so that you can watch this anytime that you want motivation. Anytime that you want motivation, I will leave this video up. Okay, you can go back and watch the entire thing. That's 30 minutes of intense motivation. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe already. All right, guys, I will see you. I hope you have a good day. Mary, shout out to you. I just saw you come in. I'm going to leave you. Have a good day. Make sure you subscribe. I'm live tomorrow again. Peace out, guys. Have a great Thursday and weekend.